So here we are again, Nerd Castle. Here we are again, back for another run. I've gotten back into the Long Dark. They recently released a big old patch. We will not be addressing that today. That's mostly changes for, I guess, Stalker mode and things that are below that in the difficulty. So we're going to be starting a new Interloper playthrough today. The last one did not go as planned. A slight gap in my meta knowledge unfortunately doomed us. I also got careless and a little over-aggressive with my movement around the map. And I got punished for it. You know, that's what happens when you get overconfident and you think you got things under control. So this time we're going to endeavor to do a little bit better and make sure that we keep our eyes to the sky properly. We'll consume less calories. And then I'd like the 2C air temperature bonus, please. We're going to call this LP. This is going to be a long-running series. I'll probably update it like maybe once or twice a week. It's not going to be something that's like going to be on every single day. But it'll be here and there, and so hopefully you guys will enjoy it. Hopefully we'll make it to 100 days this time. Shouldn't be that difficult if we take it carefully. Where am I right now? Where have you put me? We're on Timberwolfa Mountain. Should make things interesting. All right, I know where we are. I know where we're going. I know what the task at hand is. So let's get after it, everybody. We need to get down to here is where I think we need to be. There we go. So we've made it down to this spot right here. I'm actually a little disoriented right now, but I think there should be a climbing rope. If I'm where I think I am, there should be a climbing rope over here, I think. And that's going to be our way down to the valley, and we should be able to take that nice and easy peasy. Get ourselves settled. Our first order of business is just to find shelter. I don't know if you noticed the meter in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen, but it is going down rather rapidly. It's going down very quickly, so we're going to freeze out pretty quick out here. I think there's a climbing rope on this side, though. I think. If it's not here, then we've got issues. But I think that it is. So we should probably gather sticks on our way in, too. We're going to need to... Actually, we may not find matches. That's an issue we might run into on Timberwolf Mountain. I think there's a guaranteed match spawn that's over at the little village hut over there. But I don't know that for sure. So this might be kind of interesting. We'll see how it plays. Really the goal, yeah, here it is, that little climbing rope I was talking about. You're going to have to suck it up, unfortunately, lady. You're going to have to suck it up. It's going to be cold. We're in the middle of snow-ridden Canadian hell right now. So, like, even Canadians don't come to this part of Canada if they can help it. And Canada people are naturally adapted to the cold. So think about that for a second. This is a place where even people that like the cold won't go. So that's how cold we're going to be. This is like the provinces out here. This is out in the middle of nowhere. We are very provincial right now. Let's climb down this rope. We're going to try and make our way over to the hunter's cabin as well as possible, or I guess the climber's cabin. I don't really know what the official name for that building is. I just kind of like go there. There's usually a wolf down here, so be careful about that. Yeah, there he is right there. I'm going to take this as an opportunity to grab a couple sticks, though. Why is he running from us? Interesting. What's he running from? Why is he in terror mode? Damn. I wonder what triggered that wolf. Alright, so we don't need to worry too much about energy expenditures today. If we burn out super hard and end up with no energy, it doesn't matter because we're going to have a place to stay. We will want to be careful while we're in that place to make sure that we don't freeze to death. But, oh yeah, frostbite risk. Good old frostbite. Forgot about that. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna have to make this rapid. Let's move. So if we get frostbite this early in the playthrough, that's gonna sucketh. It's gonna be a pain, and really what I'd prefer to avoid. That's gonna be a minus 20% nerf to our status by default, like automatically. We can check on that and we can see how bad it is. It's only at 4% right now. You only get frostbite risks if you have uncovered parts of your body, like if your hands aren't covered or if like your feet aren't covered. So if we can find some early woolly mittens or something like that, that'll actually more or less mitigate that result entirely, unless our gloves and our boots get very, very wet. The way that we're going is going to be right down here, and then we're going to cut a right. There's going to be a gap in these stones over here, and we'll cut right as we get to those. We may burn through some matches in this early part of the playthrough. I'm not going to like that at all, but it happens from time to time. It's a thing that occurs, so... You know, keep an eye out. We should be able to get rabbits down by the climber's cabin as well. That'll give us our dinner for the night while we're traveling on through. So, we don't really have, like, a lot of people don't like starting out on Timberwolf Mountain. I don't mind it that much. So, starting out on Timberwolf Mountain is indeed riskier than some of the other starts. But the way that I would caution you there is that, like, if you start out in the Muskeg, that means you can go to Mystery Lake, and all the loot on Mystery Lake is basically all that's going to be available to you unless you make long, backwards treading trips. Oh, good, we've got double frostbite risk now. Yay. What's worse than single frostbite? Double frostbite, everybody. Oh, there's a bearski over here. Big old bearski. There's bear running around in snow. That is not good, although a symbol of people. Do not want to see bear right now. He's kind of jerk. Go away, bear. No one want to know you. Go over that way. It's fine. Let me get my energy back up here. I'm going to kind of give him a wide berth, as is very, very intelligent when you're going up against 600-pound animals that are basically apex predators. Like, maybe just don't be around them for a little while. Like, leave them alone. They might be a bit more than you can handle. He's coming this way, though. That sucks. All right, we're going to cut over this hill, and then we're going to go to the left over on this side. A lot of people get disoriented at Timberwolf Mountain, and I don't blame you. I've played this game a lot, and occasionally I still get very, very disoriented on this map, depending on where I spawn or where I am or whether there's a blizzard going on. It can happen. Disorientation is a natural part of the survival process, and that is what kills the majority of people who get lost out in the woods. It's just the fact that they lose bearing of where they are. They get panicked. They get disoriented. When you're panicking, you're not thinking, you're not prepping, you're not getting ready for the nightfall. It is what it is. Survivalism is difficult. If you've never had the opportunity, I highly recommend watching Les Stroud's series Survivor Man. I think personally that it is the most authentic survival show out there if you're looking for actual real-world applied survival techniques in order to live if you end up isolated in the middle of the woods. The way that he approaches survival is very, very intelligent, very realistic, and there are times where he almost dies. It's not going to be one of those curated shows that you see with like Bear Grylls or Dual Survival or any of those shows where you've secretly got some guy behind the camera giving him Snickers bars. Les Stroud goes out there and does it all by himself, and there's nobody to help him, and he usually starts out with basically just like a Leatherman and has to make it work, and he's had to call it off a couple of times from almost dying of like random things like trench foot. And so it's dangerous surviving. It's very, very dangerous surviving. And the realism of that situation is that you always need to be preparing for the next place that you're going to bed down and hang out. Grab a couple rocks over here. How bad is my frostbite? 19 and 46. That 46 is what I'm worried about. Let's go warm up for a minute. We got plenty of daylight, so I'm not going to panic about hanging out inside and getting our frostbite cleared. But 50% frostbite risk is getting towards the realm of something that I'm not comfortable with. There's a pretty good chance we're going to get a permanent health nerf super early, and I don't want that at all. So let's get inside. If we have to, we'll get up under the covers. We'll bed down for a minute. We'll get warm. So how bad is the temperature right now? It's -8. That's not good. That's really, really bad. Apparently we started off on an incredibly cold day. Let's search the hatch. We got pork and beans and a sweatshirt. Oh, we started out with no clothing. Oh, well, that's the issue. We started out, like, naked. Good God. Okay, so that was a rough start right there. That's a very rough start. The good news is that means that everything we pick up is moderately useful. It's -9 now. Good God. Okay. I'm going to need those sardines. We've got the matches. They gave us a lot of firewood, though, so we got a strong spawn over here, and we got a magnifying lens, which is pretty awesome. A bunch of cans of dog food, so we have food for our trip. We're looking okay. Let's start a fire and get warmed up. How about that? So with our matches, this is it. This kind of sucks, but oh, we have no tinder. Yeah. Okay, let's make some tinder real fast. We can make that out of twigs, twiggies. Yeah, do that, please. Oh, we spawned in a blizzard. Well, that'll actually explain a lot. So there's 2 tinder plugs right there. Hopefully we get lucky and we start a fire. If we don't, bad things are going to happen. Bad things are going to happen. I'm going to burn this book because it gives us the highest success chance, and I don't want to waste matches. Your number one consideration, Interloper, is like, how many matches have I used over the last week? And you want to keep that number. Ah, shit on me. Come on. Get it done. It's so easy to start a fire. Why are you so bad at this? It's so easy. It's really not hard. You have matches. You have a literal thing that bursts into flames. Come on. Come on. There we go. Alright, so there's our fire for now. We're going to keep that running for a little bit. We're going to hang out right here and pass time. Our frostbite risk has still not gone away. That's how close to the precipice we were. Let's give it another hour. Alright, so our frostbite is good. The next thing we want to do is we want to prep for nightfall. So let's break down some resources around here. We'll break some chairs. We'll break some benches. We'll break down pretty much everything we possibly can, because if we sleep here, we're going to freeze in our sleep without a fire. So we have to get this done. It's non-negotiable. And then on top of that, we're going to have to go out and track down some twigs and whatnot too. Anything else that we can put in hand is going to be helpful. I'd also like to track down some dinner. We can pick up some cattail stalks while we're out here. Basically, a whole lot of tasks to get us done. Every single one of these sticks is another 8 minutes that we get to live. So think of them not as sticks. Think of them as little lovely health potions that we're adding into our inventory in order to survive just another second longer. All right? I like to treat this game as being super dire circumstances because it is. If you end up in this situation, you are irrevocably screwed. You've got a big problem if you end up in this situation in real life, because without any support network or supplies, your chances of survival are pretty non-existent. Got him. Grab this little guy. Look away. If you're easily triggered by bunny-related violence, chat, look away. We are going to be killing rabbits out here. Rabbits are going to be dying in droves so that I can survive just a little bit longer. Grab this stuff. We can stay out for a little while. We don't have to worry about our warmth too much. But this is called meal prep for the future. Each of these cattail stalks, 150 calories. Cattail stalks are the perfect ration in Interloper. They don't decay. They don't rot. They're very, very light. You can carry about 60 or 70 of them with you without, like, wasting your weight. There we go. Get this guy, too. Lovely, lovely dinnerooski. Perfect. That's what I like to call a survival meal right there. All right, so we'll grab a few more of these. I'm going to have to go out to further outlying areas to grab more sticks. I'd like to have 30 or 40 of them, just to make sure nothing goes too crazily wrong. We also don't have access to any water supplies, so that's something we're going to have to rectify nice and early, too. Luckily, we have cans, so boiling water shouldn't be too difficult for us. Grab this guy. Oh, Christ. Where is he? Oh, there he is. Okay, never mind. I screwed up. There was a stealth wolf back there. So, what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try and be a sneaky boy over here. If I can get him to attack the deer instead of me, that'll mean... So what's going to happen is if I go inside, he's going to wait outside the cabin for me. All right? He waits outside the... Oh, there's another one over there, too. Christ almighty. Okay, we have issues. We have problems. Let's just go to the hunter's hut, and we'll make it work for right now. Yeah, let's just go to the hunter's hut. We'll make it play the best that we can for the moment. And we'll kind of come back out in just a minute. We'll check around and see where he's at. We could go inside the fishing hut right there, and he'll go into fear mode if we do that, but don't know if it's a good idea for right now. Yeah, he's like on us. Anytime you can't see him and they're making that much racket, I'd watch out. So sticks. What do we have going on for sticks right now? Drop the rabbits. We'll deal with those later. I just don't want to smell like dead rabbit. We'll put those right there for right now. We got 10 sticks. That's another hour's worth of wood. Now, we have a can right there. Let me see to my water situation first. Shouldn't be too bad. We'll just wait while we warm up. Yeah, he's going to run off, so it shouldn't be too terrible. That should be enough water to hold us for the rest of the day while we do other tasks. Good. I'm a little bit worried about freezing to death tonight. I am. I'm sincerely concerned about it. We need a lot of sticks in order to make it. Let me go gather some sticks for a minute, and we'll see if that helps us out. So stick hunting went pretty productively, actually. I'm surprised by how many I found. We've got... How many sticks are we sitting on? 31 sticks. So that's about 240 minutes, about 6 hours worth of wood. Not bad. I'm basically the goal right now is to get us through our first night. If we can get through our first night, we're going to be okay. If we can't get through the first night, we are irrevocably hosed. And so, you know, we'll do what we got to do here. That's going to take me 2 hours to get done. Good God. Okay, well, there you go. We got that slightly finished off. It might behoove us. I don't even know if we're going to be able to use all this gut and whatnot, in all fairness. It might be a good idea just to get the meat off the bones. I know, I'm working on it. Like, we're not going to be able to use these hides anyways. So I'm thinking about leaving them behind. When we carry them with us, it's going to draw... It's going to end up drawing a lot of animals to us. So anyways, we can cook a rabbit over here. We'll get that started. Recycle can. We definitely want to throw some water on there too. We got about 38 minutes. We'll go and throw some reclaimed wood on here just to keep the fire going a little while longer. And honestly, we're just going to have to run it. As it sits right now, we're just going to have to run it. We got 34 minutes on that right there. I could probably go back out and try to grab like bare minimum stick resources. But there are a lot of wolves around. And it's risky, man. They're being drawn to us because of the smell of the rabbit blood, so it's going to be risky to go out and try to grab sticks right now. We run the risk of being isolated from our place of shelter, so let's not do it. I was gonna, but like, maybe not. Maybe not. We'll search the first aid kit real fast. Nothing. Well, like it or not, this is what we have. Like it or not, this is where we are right now. So, if we can't make do with what we have right now, rest assured we made a valiant effort and we did the best we possibly could to survive for as long as possible, but it's not going to be enough, I don't think. 9 hours ain't going to get us there. I mean, unless there's a big change in the weather, I don't think 9 hours is going to be enough. So there's our rabbit. There's our water. Let's keep water going. We're going to cook up all this rabbit and try to keep our stomach full tonight. And we'll throw that guy in there. There we go. A little bit more water for the trail. We're not going to need to carry too much water with us, but I think having a liter or two is never a bad idea. If you have like 2 liters on you, it's probably going to be okay. There is nothing else to burn. There is nothing else to make do with. I would suggest we sleep for about as long as we can, and then when there's like an hour left on the fire, we appraise and see if there's anything we can do with that information. Maybe I'll boil off 1 more half liter of water for tomorrow. Okay. We got 7 hours on this fire. The wolves have not moved a singular inch. I'm going to see if I can sweep around them. But our energy is very, very low right now. I think that if I'm careful, I can go over to this side and we can gather, like, if I can get like 20 more sticks, I think we'll be okay. But if we can't get that, our first night's rest is going to be bad, and it's not going to be enough. And we're going to end up taking like a half day on the next map, which I don't want to do, really. So I think I'd rather check now while we're here and just see what we can find. Like, hopefully, I mean, even an extra 2 hours worth of sticks, just like 12 of them, would be massively helpful, because we're just shy of what we need to make it through the night. So, let's try. It's the best we can do. Well, I did the best we could with what time we had, but I think we only got about 12 sticks. So that's going to buy us a little over an hour more sleep time. I'm really just trying to get us to sunlight so that we don't have to set out and travel while it's still dark. I mean, that situation right there is basically critical. Like, we don't want to travel in the dark. If I end up traveling in the dark, that means something has gone incredibly wrong in a long dark playthrough. And so, like, it can be done. It's just not a good idea. Those rabbits were real skinny, man. We didn't get a whole lot of calories out of those rabbits. I think tops we got like 700 calories out of them. It's kind of a bummer. Kind of a bummer. Let's get back in here. We'll load the rest of the fire sticks in there and, well, we'll make lemonade, I suppose. So let's do it. So it's time to play a game of good news, bad news. The good news is we're not dead. So, hey, always a plus. Always a good thing. Now, the bad news is we got 2 hours of fire left before we are decidedly not alive anymore. So, we got to make a call right now. And the call is this. We can either go out into the wolf-laden hinterland and see if we can find like 3 hours worth more sticks. Or we can sleep for another 2 hours, take our chances, and set out early before the dawn in the freezing cold and just hope we make it to shelter in the next map over before we die. It's two rough choices, because either one might not pay off. We had to light a fire, like, way, way, way earlier than I'm happy with lighting a fire in this playthrough. I was hoping we would just go into the cabin and start getting our warmth back. I was wrong. I was very, very wrong. So I think I'm going to go with option A, as you can tell, given the fact that I just struck out across the land to see what I can find. But if I can get a couple hours more fire, we can sleep a little bit longer. And maybe, just maybe, this will all turn out okay. I see sticks over here. This was the area that I was going through before. Downside is that we're going into the wind right now. So it's going to take us a little bit longer to grab the random trivial things that we're going to require to survive. But basically, if you're looking for sticks, anywhere with trees is a good idea. They tend to be around. I mean, unless you're me right now. We'll try to stay oriented so that we know where we're going and where we're trying to get to. Because the weather is really, really bad at the moment. It's not optimal. So far, the stick density has not been great either. Anything else around here? Come on, game. Come on, game. Don't be lame. Give me sticks to warm my brain. Well, I made my play and I shot my shot, but unfortunately, like 5 sticks is all we got. This area is completely and totally tapped out. That last run where I got like, 30 of them, basically left this area barren of sticks. So our first night is rough. We might die here. There's a pretty good chance that we're going to die before we get anything done. It's just a rough start. We just got a really rough start. We started out naked in a blizzard, basically, on Timberwolf Mountain. And that element of randomness is definitely what makes Interloper interesting, and adapting around it in order to survive, I think, is what makes Interloper fun for a lot of people like me. But in this situation, they definitely hit us with a lot of bad variables. How we ended up in a t-shirt and blue jeans in the middle of the hinterland, I don't know, but it happened. So here we are. We got 3 hours of fire left. Not good. Very, very not good. I'm going to smash this guy open because it's pretty much like what we've got right now. We only lost like 90 calories off it right there, so it's not too bad. How much fire do I have? 2 hours. All right. Let's get 2 hours of shut-eye. That'll heal us up a little bit. And hopefully we can make a play here. I don't know what the play is, but my name is Splattercat. We're out of time for the day. This is The Long Dark. I hope you guys have been enjoying it. It is still effectively nighttime. We're at half energy. Bad things are happening. I'll see y'all in the next play, all right? I do.